Yeah, ran out of time on the last video, so we're in the business end of the SPX now. So we just have a go at what we've got. We've got a high here, a low here. That's a reasonable high. We've got the break up through there. Get a second pitchfork. Use the low, the high, and the low. We'll see what it says. Okay, it's saying we've got support there, we've got support there. We've broken up, we've banged along here, we've come down, we've broken down, we're back testing. That's what it's saying. If I was to get another pitchfork, take the high, take the low, take the high, we get this little sort of breakout here. But the area of interest is just there, where you get these convergences of the pitchfork tines. Generally speaking, they're going to try and break it up through that point. I don't know whether they're going to succeed or not, but they might. Notice how this pitchfork here is also completely parallel to that one. So this is actually a, if I edit that one, and it would be nice if there, that parallel there, if it breaks through here, it's going to have to get through this one here. I personally don't think that's going to get through. I think, well, the way that you would trade it is, if I go to the blue, edit, that's the wrong one. Undo erase. There is undo erase there. Okay, now let's edit. And I want to turn on reaction lines. And I want to turn on trigger lines. I want to turn on the pivot zone as well. Okay, what I've got here, that is a trigger line. If it breaks up through here, it's got to break up through there. So once it breaks up through there, it'll support back onto it and it'll keep on going up this channel here. That'll be a successful breakup. So if I'm going to trade this thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's not going to make it over that line, and it's not going to make it over that line. If it makes it over this line, I'm dead set wrong, so I want to be out. At the moment that's what, 1320, so that'll be 1323 roughly there. That would be 1332, so that's quite a long way up. You really wouldn't want to have your stop that high. Basically, you'd probably put it above this bit of market structure here. I'll bring this up closer. We'll have to redraw it now, but we can get rid of this green one, so that's not too bad. Why can't I erase everything? Erase all items. Okay. We've got that one, and that one. That little break up there, just, it worries me. We'll get the other one in green. I'll turn off all this rubber. Maybe not. Maybe we'll leave that on for the moment. And we'll leave on the pivot zone as well. I'll put that back on here. Okay, so we've got a pivot zone this pivot zone here is for the green one. It had to reach the median line by here, which is why it was trying, and as soon as that had to reach the median line by here, really. Yeah, well, basically it didn't, so I'll get rid of that. Don't need that. Reaction lines. The reaction line is up here. It doesn't look like that's going to be much. Half of that, no, we'll get rid of that too. Don't need reaction lines. Okay, let's look for a multi-pivot line. Well, that's a multi-pivot line. And that's a multi-pivot line. So if I was to take a single line and put it up the multi-pivot line there, that follows here, and then I get the parallels, and I get pink one of those, and I make that the high, then that is the target, roughly. If it doesn't get back up here, this line is going to be, this line here is going to be the place where it's going to head for. Or that would be one channel down, and you'd see if there was support there. With this one, if I turn on trigger lines, there should be support along that line there. There's a whole heap of stuff coming to a convergence just over here, so that's where you'd expect it to go. But first off, they're your lines. You'd back that one to reject price. If it doesn't, you'd back that one to reject price. If it doesn't, price is going to back test this line to make sure that it's support. Then it's going to go up here somewhere, up to at least this line. That's the way I'd analyse this particular one. But as I said, I don't believe that it is going to get up here. I think that it's going to come down, and it will come down in this blue path. But then again, I've been wrong for 2 months, so I see absolutely no reason why I would start getting right now. Anyhow, while we're here, I've got about 8 minutes left on this video, so we'll go and have a look at the DAX, and we'll see if we can do that on an hourly time frame. Oops, that's not the DAX that I want, that's the DAX that I want. Just waiting for it to come up. I have to wait for the 5 minute to load before I can change time frames. It's not looking like it's doing terribly well. I don't know what's going on, but the DAX is not up at 10,000 yet. I think we've got a bug in the data. Not much I can do about it. Alright. No, I'm not even going to bother. We'll go over here and have a look at, I got a DAX here somewhere. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this is the DAX CFD. It's got a 1 hour on it. You can see the dates on the bottom. Actually, we don't need to go back that far. You've seen how all this stuff works. That's our highest high there, that's our lowest low, that's the next one. I'll bring up chart overlay, get rid of all that, get a pitchfork. Okay, it's coming down here. Notice this comes up to exactly the trigger line. I would suggest that maybe this one isn't right. I mean, that clearly tests the median line, but there's no hesitation, it just goes straight through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a modified shift, and that sort of fixes that problem up. Like, you've got a test here, you've got a test here. This is the typical sort of thing that you find. That parallel there matches that parallel there. I better draw it for you. If I do that, that parallel and that parallel, sort of, they give it away. So you'd think that there would be a centre line somewhere around about there. Okay, do red or pink, whatever. And the centre line would be around about there somewhere. From there, looks like it's still about there, doesn't it? And no, that's not going to work. Try that one. Okay. And reuse that. That doesn't tell you a great deal. We'll get rid of that. And just stick with what we got. This is a modified shift fork. You've got a clear retest there. You've got a clear retest there. The general trend is down. One would expect it to come back up here and test at around about this point. And if it did come up there and test at this point, you would want to get short there, and you would want to have your stop positioned there. Basically, if price beats this high here, edit that, get rid of the extensions. If price beats this high here, then who cares? You don't want to be in it, because it's going to go at least one channel higher, and you'd probably want to say that the path is going to be something of this order. We'll just change that colour to that line. Yeah, if price is going to beat that, look, if it's going to come up here in this pitchfork and test there, if price gets past here, you don't want to be short on this one, you want to be out of it. If price does rebound off here, it's probably going to test here, and you probably want to get shorter as it breaks this one, certainly as it back tests. You would be using this line here as a target. The way that I would do it is to get one of these and do that and say, rightio, if we get short anywhere, that's my target. No, that doesn't work. Erase, control. Oops. Don't know why that's not working. Erase. Oh, doesn't really matter. What I was trying to do is pick this line up and move it along. I'll do it another way. Erase. I'll put a line along there. If you got short there, you would put a horizontal line out from here, and if you hit that target, take half your profits there. It's as simple as that. If you get here, you don't want to lose that much. You can leave the rest of it with a stop behind it, but take some of your profits at that point. We're just about out of time, so that's where this one finishes.